I'm a research scientist at the Baberheim Institute in Cambridge, UK.
I am a compliance analyst for LS Power out of St. Louis.
Well, I'm an actor, and I really like being an actor.
I am an English teacher.
I was working at the Overture Center for the Arts here in Madison, Wisconsin. Now I am just a trophy significant other.
I'm doing online school because of COVID.
I was doing the Book of Mormon Broadway tour before COVID hit. So I've just been chilling on unemployment, learning new skills, taking the time off that I've been wanting, and just reconnecting with old friends and new friends.
So I used to be in audiovisual work, so I set up big meetings, business meetings, concerts, worked with famous people, not so famous people, and I've held a multitude of positions within the last company I worked for doing all of that work.
I work in theater nowadays. Well, not, this is weird. I'm not even working.
I got hired on to do the job 2 years ago as a temp. And about 6 months in, they started asking me if I would come on as a permanent employee. And because it wasn't really something I was terribly interested in doing for the rest of my life, I was like, no, I'm still looking for that unicorn job. I'd like to, get the one I studied for and spent all that money on school for.
What'd you study in school for?
Forensic science.
Because you liked working with
dead people.
Okay.
I'm standing in the wings of this tiny little theater with this wooden cutout of a car that I'm going to drag out while somebody plays a car sound. And whoever was doing the sound, I dragged the thing out. I stopped where I was supposed to stop. I come walking around to start my scene, and the sound guy didn't cut the sound. So the car was still revving while I'm standing on the outside of the car. So not knowing what to do, I turned and I looked at the car, and I gave a slash across the neck motion, and the guy cut the sound. And it looked like I Fonzied the car to stop with my hand. And the reaction that I got was really, I got a laugh. I basically got my first laugh on stage. And that was the moment where I went, oh, I like that.
I don't know if this year has been so much of a self-learning or introspective year for me. I've been in a mode for the last actual 3.5 years because I'm homeless. I'm actually in a buddy's house right now. I've been living out of a truck for 3.5 years. So I've kind of put myself into this. I'm always on the move, working different places, doing as much as I can where I can. And I haven't, even with being housebound, I've been living with my mom for the last 6 months because she moved up to Nevada, helping her move and do everything else. I haven't had much time to really think about what I'm doing other than, I've been looking for other jobs and figuring out if there's other things I can do, but I haven't really spent any time being introspective. So sorry.
This past year has allowed me an opportunity to examine the things that are important to me, and being able to reach out and connect with people has been really, really great, and connecting with them on a different level. And it's not just about, hey, let's get together for a drink. It's now we're having more difficult conversations.
Honestly, addressing my anxiety and depression head on, getting that out of the way, honestly, addressing it kind of helped it get out of the way so that I could operate fully as myself. And I feel like at this point, I have more wisdom and insight to offer than I thought I did previously.
I discovered there's two modes where it's either I am busy all the time doing extra stuff, or I'm not doing anything at all. And I did a lot of stuff during lockdown. Like I went downtown and I took photos of all of the artwork and murals that happened downtown. I think I shot like 200 different pieces in a day. Basically turned that into all of those pictures into a giant collage piece that I'm waiting to hear back to see if that's being picked up for a project or not, which is actually kind of cool.
When the decision to be alone is mine, I'm fine with it. When it's not mine, I'm not. You don't know how much you miss people until you don't have access to them. Not necessarily that you don't want them around, but you don't have access to them.
I probably haven't learned much, but I've learned that I'm good at guitar, and I've learned how to play guitar and ukulele. And yeah.
And so you didn't learn anything about yourself? Like if you like a type of music?
Well, I might have learned a couple of things. Well, I learned that I like guitar.
That I actually like being around people more than I thought.
I definitely need to be able to spend time with people sometimes, and not having that has been really hard. And I know that that's something a lot of people are dealing with. But I also thought, hey, there's a whole bunch of books on my to-read list. This is going to be awesome. And come to find out, when you're exhausted because you can't do anything, it makes it really hard to do the things you actually like doing. So I went from reading, a couple books a month to I maybe read one book every couple of months. So yeah, I've discovered that if I'm exhausted from not doing things, I don't do anything. There is no reprieve from that.
I read a book.
Yeah?
Yeah. That's the first time in a while like I've actually had time to sit down and forced myself to read a book. So that was kind of nice.
That everything has a silver lining.
Is roadkill a spirit animal? I don't know.
I wouldn't say I necessarily have a spirit animal.
Yeah, I've thought about that a lot, and I know I have one. I'm just not sure what it is.
But I do know my Patronus from Pottermore, if that's helpful, which is a Mastiff.
I would have to think about that. I don't. I feel sorry for that spirit animal. That's for sure. It's racking its brain and pulling its fur out right now.
Probably an elephant. Elephants seem kind of worried a lot and kind of stubborn. And I kind of worry about a lot of things, and I'm rather stubborn.
One time I just had this random dream, and there were basically flying chipmunks in a CVS, and they called themselves the CVS. So ever since then, my spirit animal has been the CVS.
I don't think I do.
I really like foxes. So I think that's kind of the one that I choose a lot, because foxes have so many different aspects where it's things that are clever, but they stay away, and then they have a really weird screech. If you've never heard a fox screech, it's weird and it's amazing.
I feel like my spirit animal is a cat.
I think if I am to have one, will be a dog. I just love dogs.
I could lay around in bed for days, for hours, and just kind of move with the sunbeam.
I think their personality goes a lot with my personality. We can be crazy, we can be lovable, we can also bite.
It's perfectly fine for you to come by and talk to me and interact with me. Don't touch my belly. I will come after you if you touch my belly.
More than anything, we're loyal, and I think it will be a dog because I just overall 100% love dogs.
Weasel. Mine's a spirit weasel. Yep. It's a squirrely, attitude-riddled spirit weasel. That's my spirit animal.